Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, this Monday invited the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, to its headquarters at the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The invitation came less than 30 minutes the President, Bola Tinubu, announced Edu's immediate suspension from office through his special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale. An operative of the EFCC who confirmed the development to our correspondent said the anti-graft agency had earlier recommended the immediate suspension of the minister in order to pave way for the ongoing investigation that had been ordered by the president. The source noted that the commission had immediately swung into action. Immediately, the president ordered a thorough investigation into the alleged payment of 585.189 million naira grant meant for vulnerable groups in Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Ogun, and Lagos states into a private account. Since her ongoing battle began, civil society organizations, activists, lawyers, and opposition political parties have on several occasions called for her sack. We promise to bring you more details as investigations continue. President Bola Tinubu this Monday suspended the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, following widespread anger over an alleged 585 million naira scandal. The special advisor on media and publicity to the president, Ajuri Ngelale, stated this in a statement made available to journalists. Tinubu has subsequently directed a comprehensive inquiry into the alleged 585 million naira scandal in the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation and vowed to decisively punish those involved in any breaches and infractions unraveled during the investigations. Several groups and individuals, including the People's Democratic Party, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, Femi Falana, SAN, the Yoruba Youth Assembly, and other civil society groups demanded an unfettered probe of the leaked memo by the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, instructing the Accountant General of the Federation, Dr. Oluwatoyin Madain, to pay 585 million naira into the private bank account of a project accountant in her ministry, Bridget Onyelu. Still on the ongoing corruption saga, human rights lawyer Femi Falana has called for the prosecution of Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu. He also called for her resignation. According to Falana, Edu betrayed the confidence of Nigerians reposed in her. Falana, a senior advocate of Nigeria, in a statement on Sunday, urged the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to speed up the ongoing investigation of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and charged all indicted persons to court. The senior lawyer described as an extremely embarrassing drama the circumstances surrounding Edu's alleged involvement in the approval of over 585 million naira to be disbursed into a personal account. In a letter allegedly signed by the minister, Edu allegedly instructed the Accountant General of the Federation, Oluwatoyin Madain, to transfer the sum to the account of one Onyelu Bridget as grant for vulnerable groups in 4 states. However, Madain explained that although her office received a request from the Humanitarian Ministry to make certain payments, her office did not act on it. The minister subsequently said there were plans to tarnish her image, adding that she won't embezzle government funds. However, Falana said the minister should stop insulting Nigerians, adding that she failed to deny that she gave approval for the funds to be paid to a private account instead of direct transfer to the beneficiaries' accounts from the ministry, adding that instead of apologizing to the federal government and people of Nigeria and calling it quits for betraying the confidence reposed in her, the minister has arrogantly said that the over 585 billion naira fraud allegation is a mere fabrication by her detractors. Also, an economic affairs analyst, Niyi Ogunkoya, has written an open letter to Nigeria's Minister for Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu. In the message, Ogunkoya expressed profound disappointment and outrage over the recent allegations surrounding the diversion of humanitarian funds into personal accounts, adding that if this is true, then it is not merely a lapse in judgment, but also a blatant violation of public trust, a gross abuse of power, and a brazen act of corruption that cannot be tolerated. I quote him, "The role of the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs is sacred. You are entrusted with the lifeline of countless individuals displaced by conflict, ravaged by natural disasters, or simply struggling to survive the harsh realities of poverty. These vulnerable souls depend on your integrity and competence to ensure that life-saving resources reach them. To allegedly direct funds meant for their basic needs and survival into personal accounts is a betrayal of the highest order. It is not enough to simply deny these accusations. You hold a position of immense public responsibility, and with it comes the obligation to be transparent and accountable. Hiding behind press releases and pronouncements will not quell the rising tide of anger and disbelief among Nigerians, the very people you swore to serve." Unquote. He therefore advised Edu to take the following honorable steps immediately. "Resign from your position," Ogunkoya said. "This is not about guilt or innocence. It is about restoring shattered trust and paving the way for a thorough and unbiased investigation. Also, fully cooperate with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) and offer a public apology." He concluded that Betta Edu's actions have not only tarnished her reputation, but have also inflicted a deep wound on the integrity of the nation, Nigeria. Some social media users are currently tackling Rashid Zuber, Special Assistant on Media and Publicity to the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta Edu. This was after Zubair said the disbursed 585 million naira plus transferred into a personal account is legal and in line with extant civil service rules. Edu, in a viral document personally signed by her and directed to the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, instructed the disbursement of the funds to one Onyelu Bridget Mujisola. The document also showed that the payment of the 585.189 million naira grant meant for vulnerable groups in Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Ogun, and Lagos states was made into Onyelu's account. But reacting to the leaked document, Zubair in a statement said the payment for the vulnerable group followed due process. According to Zubair, the payment of the grant to the account of Bridget was because the fellow currently serves as a project accountant of grants for vulnerable groups. Some Nigerians even cited Section 713 of the Public Sector Financial Regulations of 2009 to counter the claims of Zubair, a journalist acclaimed to have a clean record of integrity. The rule states that personal money shall in no circumstances be paid into a government bank account, nor shall any public money be paid into a private bank account. An officer who pays public money into a private account is deemed to have done so with fraudulent intention. Still on corruption allegations against three female public holders, ex-Humanitarian Affairs Minister Sadia Umar Farouk, successor Betta Edu, and Halima Shehu are trending issues in Nigeria now. This development led correspondent Imefun Okon to ask Abuja residents, is this now a competition between women and men, or a case of what a man can do, a woman can do better?
When it comes to issue of corruption, it is something that, you can't rule it away because it is a syndrome in our blood, be it a man or a woman, Once they get to the peak, they begin to do what? To generate or incubate the spirit of what? Of looting. So it is part of us. There's nothing until it starts from the higher authority, and that change cannot be effected.
Corruption does not cares about your gender, all right? If you have all it takes, wickedly, I will put it, to be corrupt and to embezzle fund, I think you can do that. Corruption does not care your gender. Be you a man, a woman, anybody. When you are corrupt at heart, you can do the undoable.
I think corruption is not gender based. Everyone is corrupt, whether you're a woman or you're a man. Corruption is in the cycle. It's a system already. So if you're in the system, whether you are a female or a male, definitely you will play according to the role of the system.
The current issue now is that Nigeria, the men, mainly men, is corrupt. So if the man is not corrupt, the women will not be corrupt to see that money. So when the women that are seeing what the men are doing, that's why the women that they key into it.
The system is corrupt. Everybody wants to get rich. That's just the fact. The system is corrupt. Everybody wants to make money. You just want to find the corner way to make money. That's just the fact.
Away from the corruption saga, the election of Hyacinth Alia of the All Progressives Congress (APC) is now a done deal. The Supreme Court earlier this Monday dismissed the appeal by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate in the March 18 Benway governorship election, Titus Uba, and upheld the victory of Alia. The news has since generated reactions across quarters, with some camps leading chants of joy and others wailing for supposed injustice. Shortly after the judgment was pronounced, Clearview News Desk had an exclusive interview with media guru and public affairs analyst Solomon Yopev, who says the recent development is a testament of better things to come for the residents of Benway State.
His Excellency, Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Alia won his election sound and clear. There was no negotiations, there was no controversies involved. Whatever thing that came up and the PDP was trying to raise was just a fight in the dust after losing. Yeah, so it's very expected, and I know that the Supreme Court delivered a very good judgment based on the facts that were laid before them. So it's just to say congratulations to His Excellency, and to thank God for how He has clearly vindicated him, and that he did well, and that both him and the Deputy Governor had no skirmishes against them, and they have been proven innocent. Whatever accusations that were brought against them by the PDP or any other political party at all has been laid to rest, and now it's time for governance. He has been governing, but now he has a clearer road to move on with his leadership. There is nothing different to do because in the last 6 months, the man has already done exceptionally beyond even the expectation of the people. He has started the construction of roads in the state, which is very unusual within 6 months for a governor to do. He has been paying salaries consistently to every civil servant in the state that knows that on the 25th of every month, they receive their salaries. Every pensioner has been paid. And you know that for a civil service state like Benway, that is very important and that's very vital. And so he has started doing a lot of things, paying the examination fees, WAEC fees for children. As I speak with you right now, State Secretariat is under construction and renovation. As I speak with you right now, the Benway State House of Assembly is being renovated to give it a facelift. As I'm talking to you right now, the roads within the center of the Makudi town, which is the state capital, have been given a facelift and being constructed where there were no access roads before now. So what else can you expect from a government than to move forward from there? All we can encourage him to do is do much more. Continue in this stride that he's moving on. And there is nothing that will stand in his way. If you come to Benway right now, everyone is excited, everyone is jubilating, because that's what we were even expecting to hear in the first instance. There's no controversy about his victory. And people are already enjoying his leadership, his governance. And so if there was anything to the contrary, there would rather have been sadness in the state. But thank God there is nothing to the contrary. And so the people are happy, they're excited, and everything is moving on as it should be.
Recall that Governor Alia of the All Progressives Congress was declared the winner of the state's governorship election in March 2023 after polling 473,933 votes to defeat his closest rival, Titus Zuber of the People's Democratic Party, who scored 223,914 votes. Alia, who is a Catholic priest, was also given a certificate of return by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.